When I received my acceptance to the Ryerson School of Journalism, I was thrilled. I had always dreamed of being accepted to this program, and on February 11, 2015, my dream became a reality. I was initially drawn to journalism because I wanted to share people's stories. I wanted to learn how I could record, write, and produce their thoughts and opinions into news pieces. During one of our first journalism lectures, we discussed what it meant to be a journalist. We decided that a journalist's first obligation is to uncover the truth and that their loyalty is to their citizens. As a class, we also talked about what purpose journalism serves. We established that journalism is an independent monitor of power and that it provides a forum for public criticism and compromise. And those definitions made sense to me. But when our professor stressed that journalists must separate themselves from the topics they're covering, I became confused. How could I tell people stories without getting personally involved? But I quickly found my solution to that problem: advocacy journalism. Advocacy journalism is when a journalist chooses a side in the story they're covering in hopes that it will start a conversation to make change. I decided to use my second-year final project as an opportunity to test my skills at advocacy journalism. My project focused on pink tax. Pink tax is the idea that women pay more for products because they are made specifically for women. As a self-identifying feminist, I had no problem encouraging people to go to girltalkhq.com to sign their Fight the Pink Tax petition. But my prof didn't share my views on using advocacy journalism, and my grade reflected that. He gave the same old reason that journalists aren't supposed to take a stand on the topics that they're covering, and that most profs at Ryerson would agree with him. And they do. In fact, I've only heard one Ryerson School of Journalism prof encourage students to explore advocacy journalism, but when she said that, the class broke out into a heated debate. So the question is, if journalism students aren't being taught about advocacy journalism, when will they know how to use it? For most traditional media outlets, the answer would be never. Desmond Cole is a journalist and Black activist in Toronto. He wrote a bi-weekly column in the Toronto Star, but recently left the publication because the Star believed he had violated their rules on journalism and activism. In his blog post about his resignation, Cole said, "If I must choose between a newspaper column and the actions I must take to liberate myself and my community, I choose activism in the service of Black liberation." Cole now has to find alternative outlets to publish his work, but he also has his name and reputation to help get his work out there. This is why most profs don't encourage advocacy journalism. As a no-name journalism student like me, I have no credibility or a reputation to back up my thoughts and opinions. It's discouraging to try and create social change through my work because I don't have anything or anyone supporting me. But this can't and won't stop me. Even though I may seem biased, I'll still cover topics that I'm passionate about. I'll continue to share my thoughts on social media regardless of the backlash I might face, and I promise to voice my opinions and thoughts to anyone who wants to listen. Getting into Ryerson was a dream come true, and I want to use my education to help make a difference in the world.